How's it going, guys? It is Austin. I am recording my recap today. Unfortunately, this will likely be the last recap that I do for quite some time. I've started a new job. I'm also a student, so I'm taking 6 months this next semester to, have a job. I'm not going to go into exactly what that is, but part of that means that I will kind of no longer be able to actively day trade as I do now for the foreseeable future. But I want to be clear that day trading is something that I am extremely passionate about and I will 100% return to, and on this channel as well. And I actually have been thinking, and I really am excited about some things I might be able to do on this channel, including kind of going live in the morning and trading with you guys live on YouTube, and kind of being there in the Discord as well, and having all that come through the stream. And there's a lot of thoughts kind of that I have about what I might like to do when I come back, but unfortunately that will be it looks like right now things could change, but it may be a while until I return, and it's really a bummer for me because I really like doing this, and just kind of right when it was starting to get going as well for me. But unfortunately, I am a student. I do have kind of other things on my radar, and that has kind of taken me off of this day trading program where I'm on. But I do see myself in my future day trading actively, and I don't know, I think I kind of have a knack for it, and it's something I really like to do. So by no means do I want to be abandoning this, but unfortunately where I'm at right now, it's the right thing to do. So let's go into the recap for today, and I'll go through it as normal. I'm going to go through chronologically, and I had a great trade today, and I also had a pretty terrible trade today, and I'll show you both of them, and here we go. So space was the first trade I had in the morning today, and I did only kind of trade for the morning period, and coming into lunchtime I just got out of my positions. And here, right off the open, I did end up buying a dip on space, and this was one that, it does make sense that this would come down off the open, and that's why I say it was a terrible trade, because it really looked like coming off the open it was going to be quite weak. And getting long here, I wanted to catch the pop back up, but the setup on this is clearly it has a level here, and now it's just this big bear flag is just breaking down, and I got in right in front of that, and just got totally just steamrolled on it. And anyway, you can see I didn't really cut this position. I was waiting for that bigger bounce up, and then here we got that kind of bounce up, return to VWAP, and here I'm looking for it to continue, but you see it fails here, and as it kind of fails and it becomes apparent that it's really targeting a new low, which it did come down and make, I did stop out of the position, and at that point I was down like 950 bucks. I mean, this was a bad loss. You can see I got 300 shares of this thing on the first minute of the day. Really ugly. So I got out and I was down like 950. Then right here I had a quick scalp trade, 400 shares in and then out. I bought kind of this dip and just quick pop back up, 40 cents, 45 cents on that trade. So made like almost 200 bucks back on that little trade right there. And then I got long right here. As if you go to a different time frame, you can see it a little clearer. Even on like a 15-minute here, you can see as we zoom out, it's had this big push, now this big pullback, and now it looks like it's kind of all of a sudden kind of trying to base out and curl back up. So as I saw that, I wanted to get long, and that's what I did. I took 150 shares because this is one that I was prepared to hold for a little bit longer, catch a bigger move out of it, and I'll flip back to 1 minute. And as it did curl back up here, right here, this wick came up, came down. I really wanted it to break higher there. It came down, and as it started to come down here, I was like, you know what, I made actually some pretty good money on this trade. I'm just going to get out of it, and I did just get out of it, 150 shares. But then right after that, oh, I left so much on the table. This move would have taken me from where I got out 55.15 up to 57.50. So I left like almost $2.50 on the table, which would have been 450 bucks. I mean, that would have brought me almost break even on the stock, for God's sake. So definitely regrettable there. That was a mistake. I just, a lack of patience, and clearly this setup, this is the cup and the handle here, and then the explosion. It did come back down in a big way after that, but certainly missed out on that move there. So AMC was the other one I traded, and this actually I should have probably gone over first, because if we're talking about going chronologically, I did get long on this one here in pre-market, 50 shares. This was actually a partial fill. So here there was some volatility on it that came in pre-market, and I was already looking at this one pre-market and seeing it here and really wanting to buy it. And as it came down here, and then in this volatility, this pop, I'm patient on it, waiting, and then on this huge drop, I saw this big candle come down, and I hit the bid on it. I hit buy the bid. I had 300 shares of an open order, but it only triggered 50, so it's kind of a bummer. If I'd got filled 300 down here, ooh, that would have been pretty nice, but only got 50 there, and I was like, screw it, let's just hold on to that. I liked AMC. You know, there's a difference. Sometimes I like AMC like, oh, I'm gonna watch it today and wait for the setup and trade it. Today was a little bit different. I thought, you know, I actually quite like just the daily setup on it, gapping up, and then look at just kind of the overall setup on the daily chart. Just looks like really, really nice bullish consolidation to me, and that's really how I feel about it. This is this big pull, and then now we've just kind of been flagging out ever since that, and this just looks really bullish to me and how it's been setting up. In particular, just here in the last couple weeks, just this action here just looks really prone to return to $70, and I actually predict that that will happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if we go to $100 and we get this new breakout. I mean, seriously, this thing looks really ready to run. Nice. I like how the volume today closed higher than the last 2 days, the two sell days here, 2 red days, I should say. Now we got a little bit more pep in the step today, and I really like the action I was seeing. So anyway, coming into today and looking at where it was going to open up and where that was, what that was going to look like on the daily chart, really gave me the idea that, like, hey, this is that type of trade where I'm going to give it a lot of room. I'm going to be really patient on it. And I kind of, you know, I don't know when exactly it might take off, but I want to have shares on for when it does. And right here, as I saw it starting to gear up, and I was still in space and looking at space, and luckily I still had the buying power, and I got long 300 shares right here. I'm like, here it goes. It's going to break to a new high. And as it broke to a new high, I was cognizant of the fact that, you know, typically I like to buy into a red candle and kind of really be getting a really good entry. Here I felt like I was kind of buying a little bit risky as we're coming up to this initial morning high, kind of buying into this resistance perhaps, and so for that reason I was a little bit hesitant on it, and so I had my order to get out 300 shares at 55.97, so I'd get about 65 cents on 300 shares here, and that's what I got. And unfortunately, it just kept ripping and ripping and ripping, which I thought made sense. And I was like, I should have seen that coming. I should have just got out a piece there, you know, and kept it on. But, you know, oh well. 300 in, 300 out. I don't usually take kind of breakout trades like this, so that's why I was eager to get out pretty early. So then it came up here and then pulled kind of way back, but this is something we've seen AMC do before. It has these big pullbacks all the way, sometimes even past VWAP. Here it comes below VWAP, comes back up and then breaks back down, and everyone's like, oh, it's over, selling out. No, I'm getting back in here, finding support of this area, and then boom, finally, this is what we like to see, guys. This is what you want to look for. Here's that move down, and then you have a downtrend, right? So you've got this high, pivot low, pivot high, pivot low, pivot high. But again, we're downtrending here. Here's a lower low, barely. Then, boom, first higher high. And all of a sudden, here's the pivot low and then higher high. So now you can see we've reversed the trend into an uptrend. And it's really simple trading. Just look for where the trend might start to reverse. And that's where you want to get long. And so I really am kind of patting myself on the back. A nice 200 shares I got here. So again, I'm still holding these 50 shares. Now I'm up to 250 shares. And then, through all this, just holding. And then this is really something that you want to look out for. That is the plateau effect that I talk about. The plateau effect is a amazing setup that it's one of the best bullish setups, really, that I've ever, that I trade. It's and I see it particularly in small caps, but in AMC as well, and in any stock, you see it. But typically you come from touching VWAP or from below VWAP, and you have this big move up, and then eventually you want to see this right here. See this box? This is really low volume consolidation, just sideways action. But when you see that sideways action and it's holding this spot above VWAP, nice distance here between VWAP and where it's holding. Oh man, that's just this really the calm before the storm, and it just takes one candle, 1 minute, where I saw this come up and saw the volume come in, and I thought I am not getting out on this candle. I'm getting out on the next candle because this is going to be this is going to be that next kind of leg higher, and that's what it was. So nice exit here, 58.93 right here. I got 50 shares out right there. Wish I'd gotten a little more out there, but oh well. Then kind of big pullback here. But then we did come up, make a new high up here, taking more shares out, 25 shares up there, and then I got, again, a little bit impatient as I knew my job was starting and just unwinding my position. So, you know, full disclosure, I did kind of get out of this position at the same time as my space position and was just done trading at that point. And, you know, so yeah, I got out of my position here, but if I'd gotten out up here, it would have been more like 1,100 bucks. Oh well, still $900 on AMC today. You know what? It feels good on my last day of day trading to have made, you know, made money. I'm green. You know, nothing special, no craziness here. Just a pretty normal day, pretty small green day because of my bad screw up on space. But you know what? This trade on AMC really brought it back for me, and at least I'm not, you know, down big on space. You know, I kind of brought that one back too. I was unrealized on space actually at one point, like, you know, down here I was down, you know, 1300 almost 1,400 bucks down here on the trade. So to be down 600 is honestly not so bad considering. And yeah, AMC, I had a really great trade on this, and you know, I thought maybe it was going to go to 60 bucks and even higher, but it looks like it kind of pulled back a little bit in the afternoon. So but yeah, watch out for it tomorrow for sure. I'll be keeping tabs on what the price is and stuff, but I won't be trading it. All right, guys, so that's going to be pretty much it for me in this recap. Guys, if you thought this recap was helpful, please leave a like. If you thought, you know, my recaps over the last several months have been helpful, you know what, slap that like, guys. I love doing these recaps, and I will return, and make it even what I am doing now. I'm going to expand on it and make it even better, and hopefully I can trade even better. And I'll be in the Discord, and I'll be active. And hopefully I'll upload when I can. I might do lesson videos on the weekends or whatever. I'm going to try to remain as active as possible, but the crux of it is that circumstances have changed for me, and I do have to take a little bit of a step back. So that's just how it is. But I love all of you, and thank you for watching and being a part of this with me. And I'm still going to be very eager to hear how you guys are trading and how you guys are doing. So please keep me filled in on that. And yeah, other than that, that's all I gotta say. It's been a pleasure. I will see you all again very soon, and yeah, exciting things to come. So definitely stay subscribed and all that good stuff, and join the Discord. I will be in there, and yeah, all right, guys. See you again soon.